everyone, it's Cindy, and I'm back after a small hiatus. Well, I guess it wasn't so small. It's been at least a month since I made a video. First of all, I lost my camera, if you can believe that, and we searched high and low, my husband and Cooper and I. We tore my room apart, we tore the craft room apart, we did that all over again because we didn't trust each other, I guess. I don't know. We just went bananas looking for that silly camera, and we couldn't find it. And finally, after about 3 weeks, my husband said, "You know, I'm wondering if the last time I made your bed after we washed your bedding, if when I put the bed pad back on, I flipped the camera under your mattress." And I thought, well, it's worth a shot. We've looked everywhere else, and don't you know that's where it was. It was halfway under the bed. My bed sits against the wall, and I have a bed that the head and foot lift. It's not a hospital bed, but it works like one, like a Craftmatic, but it's by, I don't know, another brand. Anyway, we bought it at a local furniture store, and when it's got a thick mattress, and when it's really difficult to fit the sheet and the mattress pad on, for one thing. But the other thing is that the bottom of the bed, because it's in the frame, the box spring doesn't move. It stays against the wall where the bed frame is. But the mattress tends to shift over a couple of inches from me getting in and out of bed during the day. And things fall down there all the time and sit on that little shelf made by the top of the box spring. And I'm always retrieving tissues and my earbuds and telephones and all manner of things, my wallet, whatever I might have out using in the bed and the computer. So anyway, we both looked there several times. We didn't trust ourselves with that either. We felt the entire length of the bed wasn't there. So anyway, we finally found that, and then I had another crisis. I was sitting in my walker watching my grandkids play a game that was really rowdy and loud, and the telephone rang, and I slid back away from the table with my walker. I scooted backwards to be able to hear on the phone because the kids were being so loud, and as I did so, I must have twisted the wheel wrong or something, because my walker leg snapped in two, and I went to the floor. And it took a couple of days to get a new walker. First of all, it took me 2 hours to get off the floor, because I didn't want any help. I don't like being yanked up. I don't like feeling like people are going to hurt their backs yanking me up. It just took me a while to find a way to get up. And so I finally got up and ordered a new one, and it was here. That was on a Friday, and it was here on the Sunday, but for 2 days I couldn't even go to the craft room because it's just too far to walk without a walker. I was using my husband's walking stick to stabilize myself enough to get to the bathroom, but I was too scared to go any further. So there was that, and then I got sick, and then, oh, I know the other calamity, that my light, it's one of those extendable arm things that clamps onto the table. Well, somehow the clamp came loose, and so I didn't have the light. My husband fixed that for me today, and here I am. So those are my little tales of woe. And I'm finally back here. So now that I've done all that, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've recently received. Honestly, I purchased both of these from eBay, different sellers obviously. But my next project is going to be some herb-themed gardening journals. And I found this little set of charms from an American seller, by the way, not from China. They came in like 3 days. And they're just various garden-themed things. And I was real happy with them. And I think I only paid about $6. There's 12 charms. So I can make a couple of books and use charms in them. And that's what I plan to do. I think I'm actually going to make gardening journals with pages for mapping out garden plots and recording what seeds you purchased and how many you planted and all that kind of thing. So I think that's going to be the way I go with it. I bought that beautiful paper called the Herbarium from the Craft Compendium, and I just love it, and I'm really anxious to get started on that. So, yeah, bought that. And then I just got this the other day. It's a stamp set by Bo Bunny. Oh my goodness, I'm really out of practice. Called Postal, and it's got, you know, various postmarks, stamp impressions, and most of all these little wavy lines, which I really wanted. I had tried drawing them in myself different times, and you could never get them exact like they are on a postmark. So I bit the bullet and bought the stamp set, and I'm really happy with it. I spent some time playing with it on a piece of tea-dyed paper, which the paper was gorgeous, but I ruined it by using the marble stamp from Tim Holtz. I thought it would be, actually, it was a second generation stamp, actually. One is second generation, this one, and this is third generation, and they're still very dark. So I just didn't want it in my journal that I just finished, which I'm going to do another video here soon to show that off. So I spent an hour the other day playing around with that stamp set. And I'm actually going to hang on to this. I think if I tear them, if I tear some of these out, I can actually, they will look like the corner of an envelope torn out and be able to be used throughout my books. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So another thing I wanted to tell you about was that, first of all, if you are not using one of these, this one's dirty because I've used it, in your craft room, you're missing out. This is a magic eraser from Mr. Clean, although there's other people have them, other brands. Tamika from Scrap the World had told Sabrina about this, and Sabrina told me that she uses this to clean her stamp platform. And I used it on my Hampton Art stamp platform, which was really grummy, and apart from that piece of paper that stuck to it, look at that. Look how well it cleaned it. I don't know if you can see that, but it was really cloudy and had ink smears that looked like they were going to be there to stay, and it cleaned it up so pretty. The other thing it's really good for, I've been finding all kinds of uses. I cleaned my table with it, but it's really great for the Tim Holtz scissors and these Fiskars titanium scissors. You know, they're not supposed to be nonstick, which they're not. If you cut through sticky tape with this, or score tape or whatever, you're going to get a residue on your scissors. This takes it off like magic. That's why they call it a magic eraser. It's wonderful. I'm loving it. This stays on my desk now. I just use it for all kinds of things. I find things all the time. Yesterday, I was doing some stenciling for some ephemera I'm making for the new book, and I used a part of it. I cut a little piece off because I wasn't sure how it would work, and I used it to clean my stencils after I was using a gilded modeling paste, and it had dried on the stencils while I was cleaning up my other tools, and took it off. Made it just shine like new. No, I'm not going to reach for it, but so try it. You'll find all kinds of ways to use it in your craft room. It's a must-have in your craft room. If you aren't already using one, you're missing out. So that's my little free tip for the day, is to use a magic eraser in your craft room for your tools and whatnot to keep them sparkling clean. Another thing I wanted to say was that I'm going to be trying some new things in this year. Sabrina and I had talked about doing a collaboration of New Year, New Technique, and I'm still going to do it myself. It's not going to be a collab at all. I'm just going to share some things that I'm trying that I have never done before. I have things that I purchased over the years that I've never used, and I'm going to make myself dig them out and use them. One of them being, I have a set of mirror stamps that I've really not played with at all, and I want to learn to master that. And if you don't know what they are, stick around, and I'll show you in a week or two, or however that works out. Another thing I want to do is, I saw Mrs. Cog. If you don't know Mrs. Cog, you're missing out as well if you're at all interested in beautiful books. She makes the most gorgeous journals. She decorated an Altoid tin, which I've done, you know that. But she did it beyond anything I've ever done, with lace and bindings and keys and whatnot. But then on the inside, she had one of these smaller Altoid tins, and she made a mini book to fit in this and put it in the tin, which I really love that idea. And I got one of these for Christmas in a little goodie bag from my great niece, and so I thought, oh, a mini tin, I'm going to do it. So that's one of the things I'm going to do. Another thing that I want to play with is, and it went right out of my head. I don't know. I have several things. If you're like me, you know what I'm talking about. You buy these things, you have great intentions, and then you buy them with other things, and other things come, and you have projects to get done, and you forget all about using them. And there are a couple of things like that in my craft room that I need to play with. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do, probably one a week over the next several weeks. And if you want to play along and tell other people about it, that's fine. I'm not doing anything formal. I don't want to keep track or do fancy thumbnails or anything like that. I'm going to do this for me. And if you choose to do it as well, that's wonderful. Tell me about it. I'd like to hear. But I'm not going to make it formal. So, new year, new technique. And I've got, I think, although I can't remember them right now because I didn't write them down because I'm a dork, I think I have 4 different things I want to show, at least. So, we'll see how that goes. So, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back, and we'll see you real soon.